Hi, I'm Rich Anderson, and I'm here with Christine. And Christine has told me that she is ready to go into deep cleansing. And part of the reason is because she wants to enhance her spirituality. And this is a very noble thing to do. And I'd like to get on that subject because there's a part of this that I really want people to understand about how cleansing can truly enhance your spirituality, or maybe I should just simply say that it can eliminate the old memory patterns that inhibit us, that limit us, that keep us from progressing the way we would really like to. The main reason for cleansing is not just to get rid of the toxins and the mucus and the congestion that are inhibiting our health. I mean, that is a very good reason why we cleanse. But what we're really trying to do, and I've not written about this, I've not discussed it very often, and that is that our consciousness becomes embedded in our physical body. And now we have the science to back that up. Before I didn't feel comfortable about writing about it because I didn't have the science. But now we do. And Candace Pert in her book, Molecules of Emotion, made it real clear that our body basically is a product of our mind. Our mind creates the body. And this is, if we understand quantum physics, we know that that's true. And even though it sounds a little bit far out for some people, but with the science, we know that this is true. And so the problem with taking supplements and homeopathics is another whole nother branch. But the problem is that the consciousness of the old, our old patterns, our old memories, our tragedies that are stored in our cellular tissue become stored there in such a way that it's very difficult to dig them out. And the reason that's true is because when our old cells are dying and the new cells are being created to replace the old cells, there is a transference of consciousness from the old cell into the new cell. And this makes it so difficult for people to dig out those old patterns that they know they've got to get rid of. And what do I mean by these old patterns? I'm talking about feelings of anger or resentment, things that get triggered when certain events happen. Somebody says something, all of a sudden you're triggered. And we try to get rid of that, and it doesn't happen. And people are doing mantras, and they're doing breathing exercises, they're doing all these exercises on a spiritual level to get rid of these things, and years go by, and they finally end up frustrated because they're still about where they were when they started. But once we go into deep cleansing, not the mild cleansing that most people do, but when we go into deep cleansing, what I mean by deep cleansing is when you get to a point where you go without food or without liquor or without juices even. It seems to work so much better when we're without juices. And I'm talking about vegetable juices and fruit juices. I mean, those are very good. It's good to cleanse with that. Don't get me wrong. At a certain point, that's the best thing you can do. But when we are really serious about changing the old consciousness to something new and much higher, then it's ideal to go without anything but